Hey, welcome back. I have moved on to my next project, which is my daughter's room. She's a tween and her favorite color is blue. And so I've really stretched myself and kind of let her take the lead on what she wants to do with her room. And it's just paint, so we can always paint it over again later. Sometimes that might include a couple coats of primer, but that's all right. I love her vision and her desire to kind of take on this project of design, and then I'm doing the best that I can to implement it. So the basics that we're going to talk about today are the floor and painting the trim, selecting that color, and then trimming out and encasing the window. But her overall kind of theme is blue and French. So we'll see how I can make that happen. But go ahead and enjoy watching how we rip out the carpet, paint the floors, and then select the trim color, paint it, and then trim out the window. Thanks. All right, first things first. We pulled up the carpet and just had to take out the carpet pad and the baseboards and then the tack strips. But here's just a quick overview of what the room looked like when we started. And there we go. We got up all the carpet pad and the tack strips. We did get some help on this one with somebody very excited to be involved. We did lots of cleaning, vacuuming, mopping, and then painting the floors. Several coats of the light colored paint and then the sponge paint over the top. And then we got to choosing a color for the trim and just went ahead and went for it with this dark navy blue. Here is the room. All of the trim is painted. You can see the rug we selected. Put the furniture back in to change the layout, figure it out, and selecting a wall color. But we are loving this trim color. It is such a change from all of the white in the rest of the house. All right, now I am figuring out pieces of wood to encase and trim out the window. I'm just getting all set up and ready to measure how long I need the sides of the trim pieces for the outside part of the window to go. It is a process and a half to trim out these windows. So I'm starting out this process with the trim on the wall part of the window, and then I'm going to find some thinner boards to fill in on the interior part of the window. I guess I'm not quite sure what you call it. But I start with the two sides, then do the top, and then get the inside around it, and then the windowsill, and then we're pretty much done. All right, one side down, the other side to go. Trying to decide which side of the board I like better. And I think it's going to be this side. And then I have this little board down at the bottom of the windowsill, or where the windowsill is going, to try to help me figure out what the spacing is going to be for how high up I need to put this board so that the actual windowsill will be able to fit in there. And just make sure everything's all lined up correctly and level. And then I'll get to use my glorious nail gun. And it has been such a game changer on all of these woodworking projects that I have done in the house. If you don't have one, get one. You'll love it. The bed's in the way. Well, okay, I'm gonna have to scoot the bed back. Hopefully I can do it without scraping the floor. I don't think I can. I think it's good enough. Shoot. I think I went too high. Oh, I think I did go too high. Oh man, did I go too high? I think I went too high. I did, I went too high. Oh, I gotta take the whole thing off and do it all over again? Oh, okay. Happens. Happens. Okay. I'm really asking myself why I put so many nails in this board. I did not need to put so many nails in to keep this board on the wall. Okay. Gotta go get my needle nose and pull all these nails out and start again. I went too high. I can't believe it. All right, let's try this again. And let's hopefully do it right this time. Where did I put my level? Oh, it's right there. Okay, here we go. Okay. Level says that's level. But I need it to come out more this way. There we go. Okay, still got a lot of work to do. So that is not going to be very good. Okay, that seems appropriate. So now we'll level again. Perfect. Perfectly level. All right. Now here's the deal. You can't go in the same holes. Okay. So now, safety first. Get that out of there. And then, now I need to measure. And I think I did, and I think it's an inch over. Let me check the doors over here. Yeah, an inch over. Okay, here we are. Okay, so from one end to the other, it is, 53 inches. Right, 53 inches. Yeah, 53. So, 53 plus 1 inch on that side and 1 inch on that side. 1 inch on that side is 55. So, I'm gonna go measure my board, cut it at 55 inches, and that should be enough to span across there. So, oh, let me check this one too real quick, because I do need to cut 2 boards, and that is interesting. Just over 53. Hold on. maybe, I should check this again, 53, and it was level. So that's so strange. All right, so 55 inches, I'll be back. All right, we'll see how good my measuring was in this situation. Oh, that's pretty good. Not bad at all. Okay. And then, just out of curiosity, we'll see how level we are. Not that it matters, because we're going to do, oh, perfectly level, even though it doesn't matter. We've got that right there. And then I need to put my gun together. Okay, but before I can do this, I need to measure out about an inch. Okay, that is an inch on that side. Let's check over here on the side, just a little over an inch. So there we go. And that one. So there we are. I've got the main 3 sides done. So now I have to get, I was just using these for spacing, but I think I need it to be 5 1/4 inches. Let's see, where did here it is. Let's see, we'll measure here. Yeah, just about 5, just under 5 1/4. So 5 3/16 is how wide I need it on that side. Let's see, 5 3/16 on this side as well, which I just happen to have a piece of my faux shiplap that is that correct width. And so I'll have to measure there to be able to encase the window with a solid piece of wood right there. So I think what I want to do, I think that it's longer across the top than it is down the sides. So I want to make sure that I have that one done for sure first before I come down into the sides. So I'm going to go ahead and measure that, and then I'm going to write it down on my little scrap piece of wood, the measurements, and then I'll do either side, both of the sides as well. Let's double check here. Yeah, 5 oh, that one's 5 1/4. Perfect. Okay. So roughly 46 3/8. Okay, so then the right side is going to be 46, and the left side is going to be 46. Left and right is just 46 inches. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna go get my board, gonna measure it, get it cut, and hopefully I have enough inches to be able to get this whole thing encased on all 3 sides, both sides and the top. So let me go do that. I forgot to show you because I got so distracted working on it, but I got this top board put in, and so now I'm gonna work on one of these side boards. Hopefully we're good in here. Oh, just a little too. Let's see. Not quite there, so let's see if it fits over on this side. So much better fit over on this side, so we'll go ahead and tap it in. There we are. All right, and now we nail it in. I'm out of nails, so to go add more nails. I'll be back. And it looks like one nail didn't get in all the way, so. And that one too. There we go. All right. Okay, so that was all my wood that I had. I still need to get one more piece to go over on this side. And then I need to measure and cut the sill. And then I have one more trim board to go underneath to finish the window. But making headway. I'm pretty excited about it. I found one. I can't believe it. I found one. I went into my stores in the garage and I found a board that was 5.5 inches wide, and I only needed 5 1/8 inches wide. So I measured it, lined it, cut it with the jigsaw. So it's not exactly straight, but that's okay because I'm gonna do some caulking anyways. And then I cut it to the 46 inches that I needed it. It was just barely long enough. I had a 1/2 inch to spare. And so now I have my board that I get to put on, and I'm thrilled. I'm so excited. Okay, all right. Here we go. So I want the straight edge against the window. And then we'll get that into there. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Okay, so it looks like, where did I put my gun? Oh, there's my gun. Okay, so looks like I might have to finagle it just a little bit with the hammer to get it in there, but I'm thrilled! I'm so excited. Oh, yes. I really didn't want to have to go to the hardware store, to Home Depot, to get another board because I would have to pay for like a whole, well, maybe I could get like a 2 foot by 4 foot one. Otherwise, I would have to get a whole new sheet of plywood just for this one. I mean, I have other windows to do, but just for this one section right here. So I'm just absolutely thrilled. I need to try to lift it up just a little bit because I'm going to put a windowsill on here, so I don't care if there's a gap down at the bottom, but I don't want to have to caulk a thick line at the top, so go ahead and get that in there. Raise that up in there. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is such a good fit. Okay, so get that out of the way so I don't step on it. Move this out of the way. All right, and I got all my nails in here. I got my gun, my battery is still full. So now we get to do this. So what I did find with this really thin plywood that I have is that I can't push. I need to like adjust how fast the nail goes in. Otherwise it shoots all the way through and it doesn't hold. So I don't push really hard. So I can make sure that it's getting in there the right way. Oh, guys, this fit is so good. Okay. Okay. So now I need to clean off the windowsill, and then I have to get that measured and cut. And that is the most technical and challenging part of this entire endeavor, is doing the windowsill. So let me go ahead and move the camera and I'll show you. I'll go show you what a window looks like and then what I'm doing. Okay, so here is one of my finished windows. So as you can see, we've got, oh, it looks like I need to do a little bit more caulking, but we have the trim board on top that goes an inch wider, and then we've got the casing around, and then here we have the windowsill. So it's like a bracket, an L-shaped cut out there with an overlap of about an inch over on this side and on that side. So I have to measure how far to cut. And what I have to remember, this is the part that keeps getting me, is that I only measure to here and allow this to come across all the way there. On a couple of my windows I forgot, and I cut it to go even with this trim board, which then left a 3/4 inch gap here that then I had to cut and caulk and get it in there. So I have to remember that I'm going against the wall and not the trim board. But there we go. That's essentially what the window in the bedroom is going to end up looking like. It just looks so much better already, even though I don't even have the windowsill on here. Here's the thing. I'm not a fan of bullnose corners. And I'm really not a fan of drywall windowsills or ledges or anything of the sort. There we go. There we are. Okay, now I'll show you my trick. Okay, so my trick is a piece of paper that we take, because this is not straight. And if I cut it straight, I'll have a gap in there. So I take it, flush with the window, and then just straight across there. And I fold it so that it goes in line with the window. Okay, and then, where did my pencil go? Here it is. Okay, and then I want it to go from all the way there to go right there. Okay, so this is the right side. So there's my, let's see, we got it in there? Okay, so there's my angle. So I just put this flush along the end of the wood and then just get this line to here so I know how far I am cutting it. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with this side of paper on the other side of the window over here. So we'll do the same thing over here. If I can get behind this nightstand that's in the way, I'm like trying to not move everything out of the way for some reason. Okay, so flat against here. And hold it right there. There we go. Okay, that one looks like it's pretty flat. Yep, that looks good. All right, and I have it measured to where it needs to be. So now I have one more challenging part to do, and that is to measure from here to that side. And then we'll be ready to go. So let's go ahead and get measuring. So the other thing I want to make sure that I do is I have an inch overhang on either side of the trim. So got to measure this first, which is 53 3/16. 53 3/16 plus 2 inches would be 55 3/16. Okay, so that's the length, but now I have to measure the inside corners. Which is 46 and 1, 2, 3, 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. Okay, 46 7/16. Right? 46 7/16. Yes, 46 7/16. 46 7/16. Okay, so from here to here is going to be 47 7/16. From here to here is 55 3/16. And then I have my 2 angles that I'm going to have at each section. So I think the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this length so that I have that to work with, and then I will cut my corners. So let's go do that. Okay, so here's my board. It should be a 1x8 inch, which means it is actually 7¼ inches, which is exactly what I needed. Let's see, oh no, there's a crack on this side of the wood, which I knew because I was going to cut that off. So I needed 55 and 3/16. I'm just going to cut this at 57 or 56, so I have a little bit of wiggle room with this. So I'm going to cut it at 56 inches. And then I'll measure that corner, and I'll cut this corner off over here, and then I'll get this corner cut, and then I'll cut it to the right length. I'm pretty sure that's how I have done it in the past for all of my other windows. But I have one board, and I don't want to screw it up. So hopefully I remember how to do this and I do it right. Okay, so I went over and I measured again against the wall the extra inch that I wanted, and then all the way to the corner, and it was 4½ inches. So I'm starting on the right hand side, and I'm gonna come right here, and I need where the end of my mark is, I need that to be 4½ inches from here to there. So I got to measure 4½ inches and make that mark. And then now I take this and line that up. And then I draw my line. So there we go. I've got that. And now I need this to line up somehow. So as you can see, that line was not straight. So I have that measurement to make there, and then I need to have a straight line from there to there. And so I got to figure out, maybe I need a new paper for that. Let me get a new paper. So I've got a new paper, and I just have to measure it so that it's straight. I'm assuming that line is straight, but there we go, right like that. Okay, that was not good. It followed right with the okay, so that should be 4½ inches right there. Yep, 4½ inches right there. That's great. So this part is where I'm going to cut out. I'll get you guys in a little bit closer. So then, looks like I need to go 46 and 7/16 from this cut here all the way over to that cut over there. So let me go on this side. Actually, it might be easier if I just cut that out first and then measure off of that before I make any markings on that side. So I think maybe I'll go do that. So here, I'll show you guys a close-up of what I did there, because apparently you cannot see my pencil marks. So I had measured at the front of the window against the wall that was supposed to be 4½ inches. And so I made a marking 4½ inches in for there, and that goes all the way against the wall. So this is how thick it's going to be against the wall. And then I took my little, excuse me, doodad here where I had marked where the edge of it was. I lined that up at the 4½ inches and then lined up against the top here and there and drew my line for that. And so this is the area that I'm cutting out. So I'm gonna go get a jigsaw and I'm gonna cut there and there to cut this little square out. Okay, so I got that part cut. So now I need 46 and 7/16 from this point to over here somewhere. So I'm gonna take this and measure 46 and 7/16. right there. So this is then where, so this mark right there, that's the 46 and 7/16. Now that I said the wrong number, I need to measure again to make sure I did it right. (46 7/16). Yes. Okay. So now this is where we're going to line this up here. With this board. Make sure that that paper is flush against there. And then this is the line I'm going to follow right there to that direction. Okay. And then now I have this little sticker in the way. So now that was the right measurement for how deep I needed it. A little bit there. So now I'm going to take my paper and line up the edge here. So that's flat. And with the mark that it's got right there. So that I know what cut I'm making here. There we go. Okay, so I've got a line there and a line there. And I'm going to cut that off. So it's just going to be the same. This is longer than the 4.5 inches. So after I cut this off, I'll put it in there and I'll go measure to see where I need to cut that off. So actually, I'm going to go do that right now. No, I'm not. I'm going to cut this and make sure that it fits right before I make this any shorter. So I'm going to go cut this square out. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, here's the moment of truth. See if it fits. See if I did it good. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh. Look at that! Okay, it looks like I've got a little bit of a gap there, which was part of the problem before. That's okay. It's in there. It looks good. So now I just have to measure this side over here and make sure that I have just an inch on this side overlapping. I am going to need to come in and do some caulking for sure, but this looks so, so good. Okay, so 1 inch is right here. So you cut off that section right there. I have it, how over do I have it? I have it over by 3/4 of an inch. So I'm gonna go get that cut off and then bring it back in, put it in, nail it into place, and then I'll be able to do my underside. I'm so excited. Yes. All right, I got it cut. And now we will put this back in. Look at that. That is so fantastic. Oh, I'm so thrilled. Okay, I really cannot tell you how thrilled I am that I had this board right here to do this whole thing, because I didn't know I was gonna be able to get the window finished today or not, but because I had that to get to, and I was so thrilled about it. Oh, okay. All right, so now we just gotta nail in this. Okay. All right, that is not going anywhere, but I will do a couple more at the back. All right, so now for the bottom trim board that I like to put on the underneath, I like it to match up with the outside of the window trim there. So I've got to measure this again, which I think is 53 1/8. It's 53 and just a hair, oh no, 53 3/16. 53 3/16. So I'm gonna go cut my last trim board and we'll get it attached right there. I'm so excited. Oh, here's my pencil. And then the window is done. I'll just need to caulk and fill in the nail holes, and then I can get to painting it and thrilled beyond belief. Okay, I have the last board. It's gonna go on the underside there. Okay. Okay, here. Sat on a power cord. Nailed down on. There we go. Okay, we'll get one more right there just for good measure. But, okay, this window is officially done. Well, not officially. Need to do caulking to fill in the gaps and everything and fill in all the nail holes, and then it'll be time to paint. I'm so thrilled. It looks so much better already. And I haven't even seen the whole thing, and I already know. Ah, look at that. Okay. How fantastic did that turn out? Oh my gosh, I'm in love. Oops, I totally forgot to film painting it, but I taped off the window just on the interior side all the way around. And then I just gave it a quick 2 coats of paint, and it looks so good. It's still drying, and then I need to come and touch up once we pick out our wall color. I cannot tell you how thrilled, absolutely thrilled I was that I had everything to finish out that window. It is absolutely fantastic and we love it. We've since put back the curtains, which are not the curtains that we're going to keep, but they are working for right now for closing off and making it nice and cozy at nighttime. But we're really loving how this room is transforming. And so I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for being here, and stay tuned for more projects to come.